Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara, and in today's video, I am going to be going thrifting. So I thought that this would be a fun video to film because I've seen in a lot of Facebook groups and just over the internet really, people asking about good places to go thrifting around Asheville, and the general consensus seems to be that no one really knows, or some people maybe tried some places that were kind of expensive or not really the style they were looking for. So I picked 3 different places to check out today that I'm hoping will give us a pretty good variety of what's out there. Today in particular, I'm just going to be focusing on clothing thrift stores, but down the line I'll probably do another thrifting video that includes more like home goods items and things like that. But today is just clothing. So I have a big bag of clothes here next to me that I'm going to be trying to sell. I think the first place that I'm going to does take clothing for store credit, so we'll see if they'll take any of my stuff. So let's head on out. The first stop is Reciprocity in West Asheville on Haywood Road. Alright, well I just finished up in Reciprocity. That was my first time going in there and I highly recommend it. I feel like their prices are a little bit more than, you know, a place like Plato's or Goodwill or something like that, but the quality of the clothes there is really, really great, and their brands that they carry are awesome too, and they even have some vintage things. So I was able to sell 2 of my items, and I actually purchased 2, so kind of break even there, I guess. I did get some store credit that I was able to use towards those 2 purchases, which was awesome. And I'll show you probably at the end of this video the items that I ended up purchasing from the 3 different locations that I'm going to go to. So I'll save that for the end, but yeah, first thoughts on that one, really great, highly recommend it. And now the next place I'm going to check out is Wildflowers Vintage, and this one is in the River Arts District area, so I'm curious to see what they have too. So let's head on over. Alright, just got done at Wildflowers Vintage, and that was a really, really cool experience. Something that you guys might not know about me is that I, growing up in like high school and college, and honestly even a little bit nowadays still too, I would always wear like 70s clothes and vintage clothes, and I still have some of that stuff too. Like a couple sweaters that I have are actually my dad's when he was younger, and I still wear those to this day, and I've just always had a love for vintage clothing, so I was really excited to check this place out, and I really do recommend it. Some of the stuff in there is pretty pricey because, you know, with vintage stuff, of course, you know, it's vintage, so it's not being made anymore, and some of it's one of a kind, so it makes sense that some of it is going to be more expensive. But I actually got two things that I'm really excited about. I'll wait to share those with you until at the end of this video, but yeah, highly recommend that one. Now I'm going to head over to stop number 3, which is called Zen Now, and this should be the most affordable place out of the 3 that I'm visiting today, but it is also the smallest. That's my understanding. I also want to say that at the end of the video, I'll go through in more detail kind of my thoughts. I just wanted to share, you know, my initial thoughts, I guess, after going in each shop, but at the end I will sit down and give you some more information about what each shop sells and price range and maybe brands and just some more information that might be helpful. So let's head over to this third place. It's already 4 o'clock, so I want to get there and get back and film this stuff while we still have some daylight. So let's head over to Zen Now, and I'll catch up with you then.
Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Blue dude, bad mood, sorta witty and jaded, but let's not talk about you. Your coyote song on a rerun. Are you hound dog tired, singing all night long? Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you?
Alright, just finished up in Zen Now, and I would definitely recommend checking this place out too. I feel like 3 out of the 3 places that I visited today I really enjoyed, and for all different reasons. I did find one thing in here, so I'll show that to you when I get back home. But I feel like there was more of a selection than I thought there would be, which is always nice. And the cool thing about this place is that it's pick your own price. So they recommend anywhere between $5 and $15 per item, but it is up to you how much you pay, which I think is pretty cool. And it's all donation based. Also at Zen Now, it's attached to a yoga studio, so you can do yoga, get some, you know, thrift for some clothes afterwards, which I think is a cool concept. So I'm going to head home now and show you the things that I got and end out the video. Alright, I just walked in the door and I'm going to go over all of the things that I purchased today. In total, I ended up getting 5 items, which honestly is way more than I thought I was going to get. I thought maybe if I was lucky I would get 1 or 2. I feel like I'm pretty picky about clothing and I don't tend to buy it very often. So the fact that I found 5 items while thrifting today is pretty great in my opinion. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you each item. All right, so here are the 5 items that I ended up purchasing. I'll go through each one of them in detail. So this one is like an emerald green kind of mock neck or turtleneck sweater by French Connection. And this one I ended up paying $30 for. This I got at Reciprocity in West Asheville, and I ended up actually selling them 2 items that I owned that I was getting rid of and got $17. So it ended up really, for me, only being like $13, which is really a good price for French Connection if you're familiar with the brand. So really happy with this. And then the other item that I purchased there is this button-down shirt that I think is really nice. It's actually a men's shirt, believe it or not, but I just thought it looked really nice, kind of as a jacket over, you know, a plain t-shirt, or even worn just on its own. And this one was $22. So really loving the pattern on that. I also purchased that at Reciprocity. So that's those 2 items. This is just a black t-shirt, literally just a plain black t-shirt that I picked up at Zen Now, which is the place where you can pick your own price. So I only spent $5 on this one, which I think is great. You know, simple black t-shirt. And then the other 2 items I purchased were this vintage t-shirt, which if you know me, you know that Blowing Rock is my all-time favorite town. Absolutely love this place. So the fact that I found a vintage Blowing Rock t-shirt is just really exciting to me. Prairie Mountain, and yeah, the old tag there too. So this is a large. I'm not a large, but I thought this would be great for, you know, either wearing as a baggy t-shirt, maybe tied in a knot kind of around the waist, or just as a night shirt, which is most likely what I would use it for. So I found that, and then I also found these vintage jean shorts, which actually, now that I think about it, I think this is what was from the 70s or 80s. Not sure the age on that one. But yeah, I love these vintage jean shorts. So they're a bit high-waisted, bit torn at the edge, and they're just really flattering when on. And I think they are, yeah, Lee jeans. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try on each of these items, show you what they look like, and talk you through a little bit about each store. So here's that button-down shirt that I was mentioning. I feel like it looks good, honestly, with just a plain t-shirt like this. I just have like a green shirt on just with jeans. You could see it's kind of like a paisley pattern. So here's the button-down shirt without a shirt underneath it. I think this also looks quite nice. All right, here's that emerald green sweater. It's looking a little bit darker in the camera. Either way, it is an emerald green sweater. And it is a bit oversized, but honestly, I don't really mind that. I feel like if you wanted to, you could add, you know, a belt to make it a little bit more form-fitting. But either way, I think it's a good, just cozy kind of winter staple. And I had another emerald green shirt that I loved wearing in the winter time that just kind of wore out. It got like a weird see-through patch here for some reason. I don't know if it was from my jewelry or something. But one of the reasons I love wearing this color too is like, didn't really fix that well, but with gold, I feel like emerald green just looks really nice. You can kind of see that it's emerald green in this light, so that's a bit better. So I want to speak just for a minute about Reciprocity and my thoughts on that store. Honestly, I feel like it's a really good find. They have really great brands there. So they carry brands like Anthropologie, Madewell, J. Crew, I'm trying to think of some others like French Connection, like this one, some vintage brands. And yeah, I just feel like the quality of their clothing is really good. It might not be what you typically consider as like thrift store price. You know, if you go to like Goodwill or something like that, you know, it's not gonna be $5 stuff, but I still think it is affordable, especially when you consider the original price of the items. All right, so here are the 2 items that I picked up from Wildflowers, which is the most vintage store out of the 3 that I went to today. So as I was saying, this is that Blowing Rock t-shirt that I just think honestly is cute, even just with these shorts, or, you know, just as a sleep shirt. You could also kind of, you know, cinched up at the waist a little bit. I just think that it's really versatile, and as I said, I have a personal connection to Blowing Rock, so I really love that aspect of it too. And then these jean shorts, I really love these as well. They're quite comfortable, and they are high-rise, which is kind of nice. And yeah, I think they're pretty form-fitting and just a good, solid kind of go-to kind of pair of jean short. So in terms of my thoughts on Wildflowers, I would definitely recommend checking this one out too, to be honest. I feel like it's so different from places like Reciprocity or Zen Now that I went to as well, because they really just focus on vintage clothing. So if you're looking for that kind of worn-in t-shirt or, you know, old jeans or maybe an older leather jacket, then you're definitely going to want to check out Wildflowers. They actually had quite a big selection, and I think I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but some of the items are going to be pricier because with vintage items, if you kind of have a rare find or something that's of course not going to be made anymore, you know, it can get a little bit pricey. So this t-shirt, I ended up spending, I want to say it was like $25, and the shorts were about $34. It's just a neat place if you're wandering around the River Arts District. All right, the third and final item that I picked up today is just this black t-shirt. Nothing too exciting, honestly. It's just a plain black t-shirt, but I do like how it fits, and I like that the sleeves are a little bit longer. I feel like that cut kind of makes my arms look better than kind of a higher up t-shirt cut. So this is the one item that I picked up from Asheville Zen Now, and as I mentioned earlier, it is attached to a yoga center, which is really cool, and it's a pick your own price kind of place, and it's definitely the most affordable option out of all of the places that I went to today. So if you're on a budget, definitely check out Zen Now. They have a great selection and honestly some great brands as well. I saw some Banana Republic, Talbot's, who else was in there? I think a little bit of J. Crew, a little bit of Ann Taylor and the Loft brand. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's donation based, so if you also have clothes that you want to give away, they will take your, you know, gently used items as well. Here, let me go ahead and set the camera down. I feel like I'm filming one of my normal sit-down videos even though I've been vlogging today. Yeah, I would love to know if you guys have tried out any of these thrift stores, if you've been to any of those three, or maybe if there's another one that I didn't highlight in this video that you recommend that I check out next time. I would really love to hear about that. But let me know if you guys liked this video. If you did, hit the like button down below, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon